already can see my share screen. Oh, wait. Talking about about this one, this is you can see on PPT. This is the learning objective or what we want to discuss. Is first talking about what is the how to define the performance and development of planning, and also uh, from that we will know about the role profiles of the we and the organization, and also the objective setting like the goals, and this after that performance measure or the parameter and assessment, and after that performance planning is the foundation of the performance, and also how to develop it into the action, and also the performance agreement and the checklist or performance and development planning. Okay, go to the but before that, performance and development planning, it's carried out jointly by the manager and the individual. This discussion should be lead to the an agreement what needs to be done by both parties. The starting point for the performance and development plan is provided by role profile. This is the first step. The first step by the role profiles is divided to two aspects. The first one is the develop how to develop the role profile. That in the role profile we also have the core values. In the developing the basis of but before that about the role profile, the basis of this is the basis of the performance and development agreement, which define the role in terms of key results expected, what holders are expected to know and be able to do, or the technical competency we call that, and how they expected to behave in terms of behavioral competencies, and upholding the organization core values. The roles need to be updated every time for performance agreement is developed. And in developing a role profile, the first we should define the key result area. When we should answer the key result, like the first, what do you think are the most important thing you have to do, and the second, what do you believe you are expected to achieve in each of their areas, and the third is how will you or anyone else know whether or not you have achieved them. And the answer to this question may not might need to be sorted out. They can often result in mass jumbled information has to be analyzed so that the various activities can be distinguished and defined to 7 or 8 key of the areas. This process requires to the some skill which need to be developed by training followed by practice. It it is an area in which HR specialists can usefully coach and follow up the one-to-one basis after an initial training session. Second, we should defining the technical competency. Uh, Again, the question that you need to understand to define the technical competencies is first to perform this role effectively. For example, what has the role holder to know and to be able to do with regard to each of the key result areas, and the second, what the knowledge and skill in terms of qualification, technical and procedural knowledge, also the problem solving, planning, communication skill, and etc. Do the role holders need to carry out the role effectively? And the last is how will anyone know when the role has been carried out well? And after that, we need to defining behavioral competencies. The usual approach to including behavioral competencies in the performance agreement is to use the competency framework developed for the organization. The manager and the individual can then discuss the implication of the framework at the planning stage. The following is an example of a competence framework. Like the first, talking about the personal drive is to demonstrate to to achieve acting confidently with the decisive and resilience. And the other aspect to defining the behavioral competencies is business awareness, is identify and also explore business opportunity, understand about the business concern and prioritize the organization, and constantly seek methods of ensuring that the organization becomes more business-like. And after that, the other aspect is the third aspect is teamwork. It's like work cooperatively and flexibly with others members of the team with a full understanding of the role. And the fourth is about the communication. It is important because the communication clear and persuasively and orally or in writing, it makes the other understand what you want. And the after customer focus is you can developing the others. After that, flexibility, it's like to adapt or work effectively in the new situation or the other in the much task or something like that. And after that, leadership is how you can guide and encourage and motivate individual or team to achieve what what the like the you want or the result itself. And after that, planning is decide on course of action and ensuring that the results required to implement the action will be available, and scheduling the program of the world required to achieve a defined end result. Like it's make the foundation, the strong foundation. And also you need to in the last aspect, it's about the problem solving. Also you need to analyze you like have some solution, but the process is first analyze the situation, diagnose the problem, identify the key issue, and also establish and evaluate the alternative course of action, and produce a logical practice and acceptable situation. Talking about the core values is can increase the performance management, like being used by organization to encourage the people to live the value. Like the value can include such as concern as a quality, continuous improvement, customer service, innovation, care, and the consideration for the people, environment issue, and equal opportunity. The discussion helped when the performance agreement is being reached and define what this value mean as far as individual behavior is concerned. Um, to be success, the core value should include the common value set in the management plan. The first one is talking about the integrity. Is like we demonstrate high standards of honesty and reliability. And second is about the impartiality. We are free and even handled in dealing with the members of the public and each other. The professionalism is we provide high quality professional advice super the service. And client focus is we are responsive to needs of the member, and the public, and another one. Um, and the efficiency is talking about we use resource responsibly and cost effectively, such as for example, you can use the daur ulang in Indonesia or something like that. The mutual respect is like treat everyone with the respect, courtesy, and take full account of the equal opportunity issue all the time. This core value is make the can increase the like our first chapter talking about how to treat the performance management. It include like how if you can respect or also you can do the integrity or impartially professionalism, kind focus and efficiency. It means you already uh, like fulfill the basis of the performance of individual, like we respect them, and also we like do the professional as the leader, for example. Talking about the objective settings, the objective describes something that has to be accomplished. Objective it's similar with the goals. It's the terms of interchangeable. Define what organization, function, department, and also individual are expected to achieve over a period of time. Objective setting that result in agreement on what the role holder has to achieve is an important part of the performance management processes of defining and managing expectation and from the point of reference for the performance reviews. The type of objective is include first ongoing role or work objective is all roles have built objective which may be expressed as the key result area in a role profile. And the second is the target is like our objective that define the quantifiable result to be attained as the measure is such as output, throughput, income, sales level, service delivery, cost reduction, and reduction of the reject rate. And after that, the task project is objective can set the for the completion of task or project by specify the date and also to achieve the interim result. And after that, behavior expectation is set out generally in competency framework, but they may also be defined individually under the framework headings. And after that, values, its expectation can be defined for upholding the core value of the organization. The aim will be ensure that as both values become values in use. And after that, talking about the performance improvement, it's like the process of the objective, define what needs to be done to achieve better results. And after that, we need to develop and also we need to develop our learning is specify areas for personal development and learning in the shape of enhanced knowledge and skill. And talking about what is good objective is first is you need to consistent means that the value of the organization and the department are matched with the organizational objective. The second is precise, is clear and well defined using positive words. The challenging is to stimulate high standard of performance and encourage the progress. And after that, talking about the measurable, is talking about relate to the quantitative or qualitative performance measure. Achievable is like makes sense to be achieved, matched with the capabilities itself. And after that, agree it by the manager, like agree by the manager and also the individual concerns. And after that, time related is achievable with the defined time scale and focus on the teamwork, like emphasize the need to work as an effective member of a team as well as individual achievement. Many organization using the acronym like SMART to memorize the summarize the characteristic uh, of good of good characteristic of good objective. Like the first one is specific. You need to specify like it's clear and ambiguous and like all the people can understand about that, and also it should be challenging. And the second is measurable. It means that it includes quantity, quality, time, and money. So it can be measured. And after that, achievable. It's challenging, but within like make sense. You need to achieve something, but should match with the reality stuff. But it's also challenges. But we can think it still can be reached. And after that, relevant. Like I said before, we need to relevant to the objective of the organization. So the goal of the individual is aligned corporate goals, and time frame is to be complete with an agreed time scale, like should be on time like that. Talking about the aspect of the objective setting, we will know about the integrating objective. It's a defining characteristic of performance management. Is the important attached to the integration of alignment or individual objective with organization objective. The aim is to focus on people on doing the right things in order to achieve a shared understanding of the performance requirements toward the organization. The the objective setting and also the objective setting checklist in order to make in order to make or define the objective setting. is includes several questions. First one is, has the objective setting process has been on the agree and up to date role profile that set out key result areas. And the second, has the objective setting been carried out jointly by your management, your manager itself? And the third is, are your standard and target clearly related to the key result areas in your profile? And the fourth is, do your objective clearly and specifically support the achievement of your team and functional objective and ultimately corporate objective? If so, how? And the five is, are your objectives specific and do they provide some challenge to you, or are they realistic and attainable? And has a time limit for their achievement been agreed? And how will you know that your objectives have been achieved? And also the last is, have any problem you may meet in attaining your objective been identified, and has action to overcome this problem been agreed? Talking about the performance measure and assessment, um, is the process of managing performance begin by defining the expectation in terms of target, standard, competency requirement, but improvement to the performance and personal development program from have to start from understanding what the level current performance is in terms of board results and also competence. Talking about the performance measure and assessment, there are many aspects. The first one is measure and assessment issue, output, and also outcome input. Uh, and it can be argued that um, it's often what is easy to measure, and also the output and also outcomes is an output is, this is the result that can be measured, and after that the outcome is and also the outcome itself. And after that, talking about the classification of output and outcome measure is the first is financial measures like income, the cost, or your profit, or something like that. And second is unit produced or processed throughout food, and level of take up of a service, uh, sales on new accounts, and time measure. About the outcome measure, it's include attainment of a standard, change in behavior, completion of work or project, acquisition of effective use of additional knowledge and skill, reaction. Talking about the input, it's competency and upholding core value. Like what research said, that is important to encourage behavior such as first is build effective personal relationship with the others, take the initiative to address the problem, seek knowledge related to emerging issue, share know-how and information of coworkers, respond effectively to customer concerns. After that, talking about the assessing competencies, is positive and negative indicator for competency. Headings in a framework can be defined and used as the basis of assessment. It's like positive indicator, like achieve high level of performance from team, define the objective, plan express clearly, continually monitor performance and provide good feedback, maintain effective relationship, and develop a sense of common purpose in the team, build the team morale, and effective motivate individual members. And about the negative indicator, it does not achieve this, like it's 5%. And talking about the criteria for performance measure is, performance measures should first be related to the strategic goals and measure that the organization has significant and drive business performance, be relevant to and verify, and the third is focus on output, outcome, input, and behavior, indicated the data or evidence that will be available and be variable and be as precise as possible, provide a sound basis for feedback and action, be comprehensive, covering and all the key aspects of the performance. And talking about the performance, how to use the performance measure is the first achieve the objective, competence, quality, contribution to team, customer care, and also working relationship, productivity, flexibility, skill, learning target, aligning personal objective with the organization goal, business awareness, and also financial awareness. The next is variation in performance measure. As the focus and the content performance agreement and measure will of course vary considerably between the different occupation level of the management. The focus for senior management is likely to be based on the definition of key result area that spell out their personnel to be based on definition of based on also the responsibility for goals, something like that. And after that, talking about the performance planning, it the part of the performance management sequence consists of the joint exploration what individuals are expected to do and know how they are expected to behave to meet the requirements of their role and develop their skill and capabilities. And after that, the development planning is the stage of include the preparation on an agreement uh, of, of a personnel. Performance agreement is define the role requirement, objective, performance measure, and indicators, knowledge, skill, and competence. Corporate core value and requirement, a performance plan, personal development plan, and process detail. And after that, um, I will give the explanation about this. The role requirements is talking about these are set out in the form of the key result area of the role, what the role holder is expected to achieve, like outputs and outcome. After that, objective, it's like I said before, the goal or the target or and the standard of the performance. The four performance indicators to assess the extent of which objective and standard performance have been achieved. And after that, knowledge and skill competence is definition of the what role have to be know and be able to do or the competencies and how they are expected to behave in particular aspect of their role or competencies. And after that, corporate core values or requirement is the performance agreement may also refer to core value of the organization for quality, customer service, team working, or also employee development and etc., which individually are expected to uphold in carrying out their work. And after that, a performance plan is work plan that specifies the what needs to be done to improve the performance, like the action itself. And after that, a performance development plan, um, it's like what specific what individual need to do with the support from their manager to develop their knowledge and skill. And after that, personal process detail, it's like how and when performance will be reviewed and how to revise the performance agreement conclude. And also like it will bring the review and also the evaluation. Talking about the checklist or performance and developing planning is to what extent have the following required been made. The first is plans are based on the plans are based on analysis of past performance and assessment of future demand, like the new skill to be acquired, new task, or for the role holder changes in the role of scope of the function. The second is manager encourage individual to formulate for themselves performance improvement and personal development plan. Plans are finalized or agreed jointly by the manager and the individual. And plan set out clear objective to be achieved by the individual with whatever support is required from the manager. the plan do not spill out in the too much detail how this objective should be achieved, or as much scope as possible is low to individual to manage their own performance learning. After that, the plans indicated the success criteria. That's how the individual and the manager will know that the desired results have been achieved. And after that, individuals are empowered to the maximum degree possible to implement the plan. And after that, provision is made for monitoring and reviewing project progress without being oppressive. Um, the conclusion is performance management help people to get into action so that they achieve the plan and agree the result. It focuses on what has to be done, how it should be done, and what to be achieved. So it defines clearly to you the framework. Before you do the activity, you should answer the question like what has to be done, how it should be done, and what is to be achieved or your goal. And that's all. Thank you, Annie.